Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, another episode of 10 years ago. Now tonight, we are a month behind, unfortunately. We're going to be talking about Backlash 2001, which, like I say, unfortunately was in April 2001. So we are a month behind. I apologise for that. Now, a couple of things have happened since WrestleMania 17, which are formation of the two-man power trip, the tag team of Austin and Triple H, with Vince McMahon as their leader, sort of thing. Called collectively the two-man power trip. This is one of those tag teams that's always irked me because it didn't make sense in so many ways. Think about it, No Way Out, you had Austin and Triple H fighting in a 3 stages of the hell match and kicking the shit out of each other. Triple H, of course, had tried to run Austin down, and now you've got Austin, sort of who of course is the WWF champion, don't forget that, sort of playing T-boy for Triple H is the way that I'd describe it. Never liked that. On the night after WrestleMania, The Rock had been suspended after a cage match against Austin, a rematch for the championship, and Jeff Hardy had defeated Triple H to win the Intercontinental Championship. He'd held it for 5 minutes before Triple H defeated him in an utter squash to win it back. Yay! Life's good in the WWF. I'm just going to turn the light on because it's quite dark in here, isn't it? Sorry about this. Hey, that's better. Right, let's get on with it. Sorry. So the opening contest, X Factor defeating the Dudley Boyz in, not a bad opener at all, actually. The Dudley Boyz is all 3 Dudley Boyz. X Factor is just incredible. Albert and X-Pac. I've got to say, my first impression coming into this match is, I think I would honestly rather listen to Right to Censor's music than X Factor's music. X Factor's music has got to be some of the worst music of all time. Honest to God. Anyway, brawl to start. Bubba and Devon suplex Albert, then Spike hits a horrible looking thing. I honestly don't know what he's trying to do. He comes off the top, I don't know what he's meant to be doing when he lands. Let's put it that way. Bubba and Devon then throw Spike at Just Incredible and X-Pac, who are on the outside. Pick up Spike, launch. Brilliant. I like that. Spike gets 2 off a crucifix, and then Albert blocks the acid drop, so Spike plays Dudley in peril while the crowd chant X-Pac sucks with venom at X-Pac. Hot tag to Devon, who owns, then gets cheap shot, so he plays Dudley in peril. X-Pac gets 2 off a nice leg drop, then puts on a fucking goddamn chin lock, no need at all. He hits a spin kick and tags in Justin, who hits a nice boss man slam. Albert in hits a nice stalling underhook suplex, which is actually really good, because he gets him in the underhook suplex position, then picks him up and holds him there. Then suplexes him over. Really nice little move that. I was very impressed with that. Devon hits a double clothesline, hot tags Bubba, who cleans house, including Bubba one for Justin. Sidewalk slam for X-Pac. Weather on Justin, but Bubba misses a charge and eats a double super kick for the win at 8 minutes exactly. Good opener. And then just to make sure the Dudleys, yes, they lost, but they're still badasses. They put X-Pac, I won't say X-Factor then, X-Pac through a table with a 3D to get the heat back. That's a 2.5-star match for me. Not a bad opener at all. Next, a really good hardcore title match. You guys know me. You know that I'm not really into hardcore matches. I'm not into the cookie cutter weapon shot, etc., etc. one. This surprised me, to be honest, as Raven lost to Rhino in a good match. Rhino retains the Hardcore Championship. So Raven brings out a shopping trolley or a shopping cart to my American viewers, full of goodies, which is always nice. Rhino charges start, but Raven drop toe holds him. I can never get that. Is it drop toe hold or top holds him? I don't know. Anyway, onto his stop sign. Various trash can shots by both men lead to Rhino setting up the ring steps on the outside. He puts them so that they're on top of each other. Puts Raven on a chair and then launches himself off the steps onto Raven. But Raven moves out of the way, so Rhino eats chair. And then one of those nice little bit of storytelling moments, Raven sort of does a, well, that looked alright thing. And he launches himself off the ring steps with a clothesline onto Rhino. I like that. That was really good. Various weapon shots on the outside get a small holy shit chant, which is just weird. Rhino hits Raven with a shopping trolley, but then gets drop toe holded or held onto it. So he's like, look at my fucking trolley, bam! And then he gets drop toe hold and face plants the shopping trolley. Fantastic. Raven uses a sign, then gets 2 up, a nice bulldog. Really good spot as Rhino picks up the trolley, but then Raven... Oh, it's so good. I think this is what happened, Joe. Rhino picks up the chopping trolley, which has got to be, quite an impressive feat. So Raven, calm as light, gets a trash can and goes with bang, right into his face. Getting confused now. Rhino falls down. The shopping cart trolley thing falls on top of him. Absolutely brilliant little spot. I really like that. Raven charges with the trolley. No, right. I'm getting confused now. Rhino charges with the trolley. He then goes for gore, right? But basically misses. So Raven moves out of the way. So Rhino runs and charges into the trolley. In one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So he gets stuck in there. So Raven starts battering, but then eats a gore for the win at 8 minutes and 11 seconds. As I say, I don't like the generic hardcore matches, but there were some things in this that actually made me mark out something wrong. I'm going to give this one 3 stars, believe it or not. I really like this match. It's probably one of the best hardcore matches I've ever seen, which is saying something because there's been fucking tons of them and there's not been very many good ones. Next, can we continue this? No. 2 good matches? No. William Regal defeating Jericho in an absolutely awful Duchess of Queensbury rules match. Now, my first thought in this one, because of course it had vignettes all night with William Regal and the Duchess of Queensbury, saying, my first thought is that, oh my God, what is she wearing? The Duchess of Queensbury looks, right, like she's a 17th century or an 18th century French woman at the Palace of Versailles. And I'm sat there thinking to myself, is that what Americans think we dress like? Like it's still the 1700s or something. But it's like, I just don't understand why they're doing this. I mean, this match, for me personally, has got Russo stamped all over it, even though he hasn't been in the company for well over a year. And you can probably guess what this one's going to fucking do. Anyway, so nice chain wrestling to start from both men, actually. Y2J hits a drop kick as they brawl on the outside. Back in, Jericho misses a missile drop kick badly, enabling Regal to get 2 off a suplex. Chin lock by Regal. Heyman says that if this is one of those such a stupid things, right? Heyman says if Regal wins, he could be knighted. Now, even if she was a real Duchess, a Duchess has no power to knight someone. So how on earth would that work exactly? Oh, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Anyway, he goes up top. But he gets Regal. Goes up top, gets run off. Jericho hits a lion's hold, but the bell rings as he's going for the cover. And why is the bell rang? Oh yes, of course, because the Duchess of Queensbury explains that the first round has, the time has expired on the first round, and you're just like, oh no, they're actually going to go with this. And if anyone who can't telegraph this finish is just like, get out of the room, please now. You can, it's like I've written on my notes. You can probably predict this one from now on. Anyway, from here on in, it actually says anyway. Evil looking suplex by Regal puts Jericho right on his forehead. Nasty stuff. Followed by Regal stretch walls, but Regal taps out. But the Duchess rules that submissions don't count in this one. And you're just like, oh, who thought this would be entertaining? Jericho goes after the Duchess, but Regal gets the Duchess's scepter, uses it, and gets disqualified. But naturally, the Duchess rules, the disqualifications don't count. And this one's starting to get really boring. By this point, I've completely switched off from having any entertaining factor in this match, as have the crowd. The crowd at the start of this one was so into it, it was unbelievable, Now they just don't care. They're just not interested because they can see what's going to happen. Every time Jericho gets the win, it's going to get overruled. Now, of course, the thing about this match is, logic says, and Wrestling 101 pretty certain says, Jericho overcomes the odds and wins. Just need to point that out, doesn't he? Every time Jericho gets a win, he gets screwed over by the Duchess of Queensbury, so, logic decrees, he must win the match. Oh, no, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? Anyway, where are we up to? No disqualification. Underhook suplex gets 2 for Regal. 2, no reaction whatsoever. None. Insecurity by Jericho. Regal ends up in the Duchess's lap, which is the only mildly funny part of the evening. He ends up with her lap, and then the disgusted look on his face is absolutely priceless. Jericho puts the Duchess in the ring and puts on the walls of Jericho on her like an idiot. What a complete tit. And that enables William Regal to hit 3 chair shots for the win at a excruciating long 12 minutes and 34 seconds. Some may call this match mildly entertaining because it could be construed as funny. You know, the way that, you know, the Duchess keeps interfering like that. I look at it and go, well, that was bollocks. I'm going to give it 1 star, and I'll tell you why I'm going to give it 1 star. You probably already know why. Yeah, it's because I'm a very, 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 very nice guy. Very nice guy. What the hell does that mean? A very nice guy. Oh, yes. Now, back to the good stuff. As Chris Benoit defeated Kurt Angle in a great 30-minute ultimate submission match. So, god damn, there's actually 2 pages of notes from this one because, of course, it's a 30-minute match. There's a lot goes down. We'll try and simplify it a bit if we can by saying, like, the first couple of minutes are just sublime mat wrestling from both men. Can't go wrong with that. I'm sure you know what I mean. It's just beautiful mat wrestling from both guys. The crowd like it, but not quite as much as they liked it at WrestleMania. Maybe if that bollocks match hadn't just gone on, you know, maybe they'd like it a bit more. Yeah, that's just me. Anyway, Benoit gets the crossface on the outside. Angle taps out, but of course it doesn't count. All the submissions have to be in the ring. Inside, Angle gets a leg lock to get the first submission with 7 minutes gone. You see what I mean? I could tell you all the submission moves that went down and the mat wrestling that went down for the first 5 minutes or so, but it just wouldn't be worth it. Anyway, so Angle then works the knee, but Benoit gets a cross arm breaker to level it up with 8 minutes gone. Benoit works the shoulder and puts an arm breaker on again, and then hits a shoulder breaker by Benoit, who then shoves the ref down, enabling Angle to bash Benoit with a chair. Ankle lock makes it 2-1. Angle then attacks during the rest period, then puts on a crossface to make it 3-1 with 12 minutes gone. They brawl on the outside, Angle with an ankle lock, which is pointless because it's on the outside. It's one of those, but you've just seen there that Benoit didn't get the win with the crossface on the outside. So why are you doing your submission move on the outside? It, you know, psychology-wise, brilliant, like it. But at the same time, it makes no sense. Yeah, it's just one of those little things, isn't it? Yeah. Inside, Angle tries to put on an armbar, but Benoit gets to the ropes. Abdominal stretch by Angle is reversed by Benoit into an armbar. Again, Angle makes it to the ropes. Sharpshooter by Benoit gets a quite massive pop from the crowd. Angle to the ropes, so Benoit puts on a lovely half crab to make it 3-2 at the 19-minute mark. Angle runs away, so Benoit chases, happens again, and then a third time, Benoit chases and whips him shoulder first into the ring steps. Inside, Angle with a suplex, he goes for something with the leg. Benoit gets to the ropes before he can lock it on. I think that's some really nice little bit of psychology there. You know, literally, he grabbed the leg, and as soon as Angle grabbed the leg, Benoit scurried off and grabbed all the ropes. I like that a lot. Crowd are dead by this point, though. This is the problem. The crowd are completely flat, non-existent, not making a sound, not reacting for anything at all. Suplex on the floor by Angle. Inside, Benoit gets an ankle lock. Angle gets to the ropes. He goes for a drop kick but misses, so Angle puts on a nice looking body scissors and a sleeper hold. A pair of belly to bellies by Angle. Benoit comes back with 2 German suplexes. They do an ankle lock sequence which leads to Benoit getting a submission, a tap out with an ankle lock to make it 3-3 with 2 minutes to go. Angle, another German. How did I get Angle from the word another? Another German by Benoit, but Angle goes low to stop it being 2. Oh, God, wake up, Mark. Ankle lock by Angle. He holds on to it until the time expires. And Benoit basically taps like as soon as the bell starts to ring. So that, of course, doesn't count. We go to overtime. Angle gets a really nice, like, Steiner-ish belly to belly. You know, it's where he sort of spins him around, then suplexes him. Really, really nice. But crossface by Benoit gets the win! In overtime, I think it was about 1.5 minutes into the overtime period. I love this match. It was better than the match at WrestleMania for a star. Only about half a star though. Why? Because the crowd don't give a fuck. And you're just like, after about 50 minutes, the crowd are completely dead. They're just not into it at all. The only thing that they really pop hard for is the sharpshooter. So, you know, you're like, you know. It could have been so much better. Next, though, we have to go right back down. Now, the thing about this next match is I may get heat for this one because I really don't like it. And I'm sure there's people out there who absolutely love it. The match I'm talking about is the Shane McMahon versus Big Show Last Man Standing match. And I'll tell you why I don't like this match. First things first, right? Go back and watch this match. There is nothing to it that's any good, right? Until Shane does his ridiculous bump off the fucking top of the set. Now, I'm sure you know which one I'm on about. Everyone's seen it. Shane McMahon climbs up the top of the Backlash, you know, where it's got the swinging things, yeah? He climbs up there after Big Show had been put on a conveniently placed landing area that's set, that's there, and Test comes out. He's basically saying, come on, do it, come on, do it. Shane McMahon's like, no. He then crosses himself and jumps off with an elbow drop. And I'm sorry, I may get heat for this one, but I just think it's stupid. It's a really stupid match. There's no context to it at all. There's no reason for Shane McMahon to go up there, and it just bothers me. Right, I remember at SummerSlam, it was Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon, yeah, and Shane McMahon took that massive bump. The reason that Shane was climbing there was to escape from Steve Blackman. This one, it's just so daft. And even worse, yeah, is that Shane McMahon completely misses the Big Show. The first couple of replays you see are like, oh yes, that was actually really good. He actually fully connected with him. But then they show a replay of, like, yeah, imagine he's right up here. The camera's here. So he comes off, and you see that he completely misses. I'm going to give that spot, that one spot, a quarter of a star. Otherwise, that match would have been a complete dud. Utter waste of time. You know? Next, Matt Hardy defeating Eddie Guerrero. Edge? Is Eddie Guerrero? What the fuck is wrong with me? Matt Hardy defeating Eddie Guerrero and Christian in an OK triple threat match to retain the European Championship. So, the heels team up and beat on Matt until Christian turns on Eddie, hitting him with a flapjack and a perfect power slam for 2. Perfect Rhino by Eddie. They go up top, then Matt comes in and stops them. He gets 2 off his roll up as JR, I love this bit, I love it. It's like almost telegraphing what's going to happen. As JR notes, yeah, that how refreshing it is that Jeff Hardy isn't out there, Edge isn't out there, and the Radicals aren't out there. Like, yeah, just you wait. Matt and Christian got it, including a beautiful DDT off the apron by Matt. Why don't I ever remember him doing that spot? It's like almost a handspring and then grabs them and DDTs them on the outside. Fucking gorgeous. He hits a backdrop and takes his top off, which obviously gets the usual reaction from the girls. I don't know if there's any ladies watching this. Why do you all squeal when someone takes the top off? I don't, you know, if Lita was to take her top off, I don't go, eee! You know? I don't know why you do that. Hey, Eddie tries a Rana, but Christian holds on to Matt's pants, basically. Holds onto his belt. So, you know, and Eddie tries to do the Rana. That obviously doesn't work. Leg drop gets 2 for Matt, and then very, very close near 4 off that one. Edge comes out. He spears Matt on the outside. Jeff Hardy comes out. He attacks Edge. Unprettier for Eddie. The cover is broken by Jeff, hitting a Swanton bomb, and a twist of fate on Christian gets the win at 6 minutes and 32 seconds. And it's that little bit there, that last bit, that's the problem with this match. 6 minutes 32 with that much of interference. No, this match would have been suited to Raw. Yes, if this had been on Raw, you'd been like, yeah, man, that was a really good match, but not there. It's not on a pay-per-view, for God's sake. So, unfortunately, because of that little factor, it's only a 1.5 for me. And lastly, our main event. Now, I remember this match being really bollocks, I have to say. I haven't seen this show for a good couple of years. I remember going into this one thinking to myself, oh, I don't really want to watch this one. I remember this match being shit. As Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated The Undertaker and Kane in a good match to win the tag team titles. Now, of course, all the goals on the line here. The WWF Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the tag titles. Whoever got the win basically got the championship. So if Undertaker had pinned Stone Cold, he would have retained the tag team championship, and he would have won the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Wait, nice and simple. No, it's fucking stupid. This many belts shouldn't be defended in one match. It's just dumb. Really, really stupid. Anyway, have to say that the Vile, gosh, there's a line there that says Vile. The build-up package for this one is absolutely fantastic, top notch. Really does a good job of, you know, telling the story of what's happened since WrestleMania. You know, I've just got to ask though, just one little thing before we go on. What did it achieve for Triple H to have the Intercontinental Championship? You know, other than that, you know, you've got the 2-man power trip, you've got the belts. I've never got it. I've never ever understood it. Really, I haven't. It didn't achieve anything, especially to Jeff Hardy. I mean, if Jeff Hardy beat Triple H, yeah, for the IC title belt, and that could have springboarded him into new stuff, you know. But no. Triple H has to squash him to get the. Oh, just bollocks. Anyway, so. Heels bail at the start, and we get some Major League stalling! We finally start as Taker and Austin go out in the ring, while Triple H and Kane fight on the outside. Then they swap over. Kane eats a knee from Triple H and goes to work on the injured. Oh yeah, Kane, got to mention that. Kane's got a fucking huge bandage on his arm, because on SmackDown or Raw or whatever it was, the 2-man power trip had absolutely obliterated Kane's arm with chairs. So, yeah, he's wearing this huge arm. So that obviously is going to be the focal point of the match. It was interesting to watch this one going back to it. Like I say, I've not seen it for a while. Thinking to myself, now will they work the arm? Anyway, so yeah, they do. They start off working the arm. Both men tag, and Austin runs away from Taker, which is like, it's like a proper cowardly heel thing to do. I understand that Austin's a heel. I didn't realise he was a cowardly heel like he's acting in this one. He literally bails from the ring as soon as Taker gets in. You're just like, wow, that's crazy. He then tries to shake Taker's hand in sort of a Ric Flair 80s style. Like, wow, the cowardly heel, you know? I don't remember Austin being like that, but he clearly was. Taker unloads on Triple H while he tags in. When he tags in. Old school for both the heels. Triple H reverses the last ride attempt, and the heels batter Taker in the corner. ... A lot. Like, they spent ages battering him in the corner. Austin with the FU elbow, then they move back into the corner. DT on Triple H turns the tide, but only briefly. He tries to tag in Kane, but then he changes his mind because he doesn't want to hurt Kane. Kane's got the injured arm, you know, obviously. He eats a Fez press and another FU elbow, which Taker absolutely no-sells and attempts a double chokeslam, which of course is countered. Kane in, he big boots for both the heels and a sidewalk slam on Austin, followed by a lariat. Triple H goes up top, he gets thrown off the top, he then catches the arm. Stunner is countered, but Austin gets an arm breaker, and the heels then go to work on the arm. And I swear, right, this match is 25 minutes long, yeah? The next 10 minutes is just Triple H and Austin working the arm. Now, I love psychology, as you know, and I love mat work and all that, but this was starting to get a bit boring. Because you were like, oh, come on, just make the hot tag that everyone knows is going to happen. And it just didn't happen for what felt like forever. Seriously, 10 minutes easily of this 25-minute match is the two heels just working over Kane's arm. Like I say, love the psychology aspect of it. That bit I don't have any issue with. It's just it was a bit too much, you know. They could have done 6 minutes of work on the arm, and it would have had the same effect, you know. Just a little thought. The heels continue. Oh, I've got that. The heels continue to work the arm of Kane until Triple H goes up top, and oh, it's one of those spots I just don't understand. Right? Imagine wrestler A is lying on the ground. Wrestler B goes up top. Wrestler B jumps off, wrestler A puts his boot up, wrestler B eats boot. What are you meant to be doing there, right? You're not like, remember the guy's lying down, so the only thing you could really do is do an elbow drop or something like that, or a leg drop. Triple H does neither, he just jumps off and eats boot, and you're just like, but that doesn't achieve anything at all, does it? You know? Oh, dear me. Weak. Anyway, Kane then breaks a sleeper by Austin with a suplex pedigree, but Austin wants the pin. It gets 1 when Taker breaks it. Chokeslam for Austin. Kane gets 2 off it as Stephanie distracts Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner shoves her off the apron, which I really marked out for. Kane with an insecure, which is really nice. Ref gets slightly bumped. Hot tag to Taker, who owns, including hitting the last ride, but the referee didn't see it, so he won't count the pin. Referee then gets properly bumped. Stunner for Kane. Austin and Taker brawl on the outside, and then into the crowd, and then they basically fuck off. Seth gives Triple H a title belt, the tag team title belt, if I remember rightly. Goes charging at Kane, that doesn't work. Vince comes out. Vince comes out as Kane hits a big boot on Steph, which is just brilliant. Anyway, Vince gives Triple H the pedigree, what's it called? The sledgehammer. He hits the hammer into the elbow and then into the head of Kane, and that gets the win! This match was, predictably, 10 minutes too long. 25 minutes, come on. Should have been 15. You know, because there was just an ungodly amount of stone in it as well. It was just the ridiculously large amounts of work in the arm. The thing about, I enjoyed this match. I'm going to give it 3 stars, right? But the thing about this match is the outcome. Because, of course, that means at Judgment Day, we've got Triple H versus Kane, yay, and Undertaker versus Austin. Again, like, we don't want to see that. Anyway, so what can we say about this one, right? The Benoit versus Angle matches are really good, and the main event is surprisingly watchable. The problem you've then got is that every other match, while there isn't anything bad other than the Shane versus Big Show match, they're all very average. You know? So, because of that, it's an average show. It gets an average rating, which is 5 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to know what you thought of this show. I'd love it if you subscribed there. I've been Mark Page. This has been 10 years ago, and I will see you all very soon. Take it easy.